Good morning, art buddies. Happy New Year. Can you even stand it? Just looking at my phone here. Okay, so I was just to the little restroom and wasn't looking at the clock, and I came back in here, checked my phone, and realized it was showtime. Right, so I've got a bunch of stuff out here today. I thought I'd like to mess around with some calligraphy. Looks like I'm home alone. So I think I'll just fuss around here for a few minutes. Let's see. Joyce, good morning, Joyce. Happy New Year. Let's see. Let's pull out one. Got a bunch of stuff here. I'm interested to know if anyone that comes in to chat does calligraphy. I don't know a lot about it. I know there's a lot of history and there's a lot to know. I, many years ago, took a one-on-one class with a gal. I don't even remember her name. And she gave me a lot of history and stuff about calligraphy, which, quite frankly, was just blah, 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 blah to me at that time. And that tends to be my MO anyway. I'm just not, I just don't know. I don't need to know all the details. You dabbled way back in high school? She kind of lost me with all the angles and stuff. You're not late, Ange. I think I was late, actually. Nice to see you, Ange. Happy New Year. I'm just not an angle measuring, it's horrible to say that, but I mean, it's just the honest truth. I mean, if somebody says to me, just turn it 90 degrees, you've lost me. I'm gone, clueless. That's just a sad truth about me. And I do have other calligraphy books and practice. Good morning, Candy. Happy New Year. I was kicked out of calligraphy in college because no. I didn't realize you were a lefty. How about that? I always wanted to be a lefty. So several years ago, I was tuned into Dee Dee Willingham's channel, and she was doing a giveaway of a calligraphy book. And I was the winner. So I have this, and I got to tell you, I really haven't done anything with it. And I've got a couple other. I didn't pull. Oh, there were no left-handed pens back then. How about that? I have other calligraphy books. I didn't pull out everything. I'm a wannabe calligrapher, but I just gave up practicing because it just didn't. And I saw a reel the other day, and I thought, you know what? This girl, she was talking about faux calligraphy, not the actual, what would you say, art of calligraphy or the science of calligraphy, the actual, do it right calligraphy. Oh, your sister's in the hospital? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Candy. So I'm just going to mess around a little bit. I do want to show you this, though. I did get my not so everyday journal put together. Of course, I haven't done anything in it. Just got it stitched together. I had trouble, if I'm being honest. Kathleen, hi, good morning. Happy New Year. I had trouble getting the fabric on this little flimsy cover. So I had to glue it a couple of times, and then I just had this piece of scrap laying around, so I glued that on. So it's going to get other stuff glued to it, but I'm fairly pleased with it. I haven't stamped anything yet, no marks, but I got that done. I'm working on another project too. It's been kind of taking up most of my time. Oh, let me ask you this. Sometimes Santa doesn't bring you everything that you want, or you don't get some gifts that you thought you might get. And I didn't get the one thing that I wanted. So I got it for myself. And these two things don't have anything to do with it. This is, I didn't even take this back thing off. This is the Delusions Large Ledger Journal. Dee Dee Willingham, I think, got this right when it first came out. And it's got ledger paper, the grid paper, and then it's got the dots. And I don't know why I was intrigued by that. I mean, the paper in these is really nice and cardstocky and heavy. And it's got this elastic band that goes around it. Let me take this thing off. I can pop that off. So I've got to think about how I want to cover this. It's by Ranger, and it's pretty big. It measures 9 by 12. But in the package, these came. These are called fine detail sticks. Does anybody know what the heck you do with these? By Trebbies, Trebbies. I did a little bit of a search, but all that came up was to buy more of these. I could not find how you use them. Now, I didn't spend a ton of time looking either, but I thought I'd ask in case anybody here would know what you do with them. So on this reel, this gal was saying, you can do faux calligraphy, and that's probably more my speed, because I'm just so not good with angles, and I think that's part of my problem. But several years ago, when I signed up for this class with this gal, I met her in a cafe, one-on-one class. She recommended certain things. So to have a rag and then different inks. So this is almost gone. Higgins, I think, is a good brand of calligraphy ink. This is sepia. And then I picked up this. This is to lay your pens on. Look at this weird one I picked up. Although I do like this one. This is an offset nib holder. And then as part of my class, I think I got this. It's got these, the little jugs in it. One of it's got solution to clean your pen. And then inks, I think. And I don't know why I have this in there. It's a little rough, but I kept everything in here. I forgot a couple of handles. This one you can see has been abused. All the outer covering is going off of the nib. This I picked up, I guess, somewhere in a antique or a yard sale. So I just looked that up. Parker Quink. And then I had ideas of grandeur of doing stuff when I was watching Robin McClendon making marks, and she was using brushes, just like some kind of a Chinese brush. I don't know. So I bought this, and I bought this set of 3. I don't think I've used any of these 3 smaller ones. This it looks like I must have played a little bit with. But I thought I might try to fuss with those a little bit to see. And then I thought I could try a little bit with actual calligraphy pen, but then I pulled out markers, brush markers. And that's what the girl in the reel was using. And she basically said it's, a brain muscle thing. Remembering what strokes need to be thin, like your up strokes need to be thin and your down strokes need to be wide. And I remember Dee Dee Willingham saying it's muscle memory. A lot of it is muscle memory. And I, struggle with muscle memory. And I know I sent Jacqueline a bunch of nibs. I had a couple of these little containers, but you can purchase all different. Some of them are really weird looking. I don't know. I just don't know that I've ever tried them. These look weird to me. This one looks more normal. Well, not really. Look. So I've got a variety of stuff, but I haven't played with any of this for a really, really long time. So I thought today we could play a little bit and see if I could come up with some kind of a strategy. Like I would love to be able to just write on a journal page and feel good about it and have it look, nice. Oh, I probably should keep this out. So if you have any questions, I probably won't know the answer, but maybe with all of us, we could figure out something. Now, I do have some different markers here that we'll talk about too in a little bit. And then I bought this Sumi ink. I had to look it up again because it's all in Japanese. So I'm assuming I can use Sumi ink in my calligraphy pen. Does anybody know? I just looked that up a little bit. Some people on the internet said yes, and some say just read the label, and it might give you directions on whether you need to add water or anything. But see, the label is no help to me because it's in Japanese. So I've got that. I think I finally emptied my Black Higgins ink into one of these smaller ones. That I need this for right now. Anyway, so I just got a little book here I picked up at Goodwill. It just has regular lines. And so if you're just joining in, welcome in, Happy New Year. And I am not an expert. I just thought I would practice and play mostly today to see if I can come up with a way for me to use some kind of calligraphy, whether it be faux or not faux. And this one, look at this pencil. My dad used to use a carpenter's pencil that looked like that. Yeah, different writing heights. You're working on a recipe journal? Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun, Ange. So if you pick up one of these books, or if you see one in, there's a lot of thrift places where you can pick up, a book like this or something similar that doesn't cost a lot of money. Um, it a lot of them give you what direction you should be moving your pen, or. Broad pen calligraphy. See, that's more like what I have. So I have some nibs that look similar to that. Look at this one. So there's tons that you could really get yourself involved with this, right? There's tons to know, tons to learn. Um, I think a lot of it is pressure about pressure, you know, inks and paints, and think about paints. Um, when I've tried to mess around with calligraphy in the past, for me, the pen would skip, like drag. It doesn't flow, and then the ink would spray. So maybe the surface was too rough, like here. This one, the surface was too slippery, or you get this bleeding effect. I've had that happen. Um, I've also always wanted to try one of those pens. They look like they're shaped like this, but they're all glass. And then the nib is just like a point of glass. Does anybody have one of those? I've always wanted to try one of those. And see, now here's a lefty showing the left-handed position. Candy said earlier she was kicked out of calligraphy class in college because she was left-handed, and at that time there were no left-handed calligraphy pens. I also remember, if I'm remembering correctly, Dee Dee Willingham saying something like, "You have to kind of slow down, and you have to kind of draw. Think about like drawing your letter, not really writing your letter." See here in this book, they're talking about your 45-degree angle, which I'm really bad at that. See, 90-degree vertical. So I'm interested mostly in being able to write on a journal page, you know, um, instead of using a sticker with a word on it or something, something like that. Or something that I can do on, say, a piece of cardstock or a piece of manila folder, and then put it in my book. And then you have the words that you want. You're not digging through little cutout scraps trying to find something that would work. Or even like this around the edge of a page. That shouldn't be too hard to do, right? But I have this stuff and I don't use it. That's the other part of it. And then, different markers. I couldn't find the one brush marker that I was looking for. I know that's a shocker. So this is really just for references. It's got borders. This is a great book. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it. All right, so mostly I'm thinking it's thin and thick strokes. Now, we probably all have a bunch of stuff in our stash. Maybe not the nibs, but certainly markers. Oh, you're just messing, playing around with her Cricut, huh? Cool. All right, so I pulled out some markers that I have. This one is, I think, a chisel. We all know what the chisel is. I hope you can see me. I'm going to try to do really big. So that's mostly just going to give you that on the flat side, but then you can hold it up on its end and it gives you. So if you try to do, you have to kind of twist it, but maybe what you're supposed to do is go up for your thin stroke, turn your pen, come down, stop and think, narrow, thick. And there's exercises too they have you do where you go up, pressure, light pressure, more pressure, up, pressure. So you're trying to get a contrast between your lines. A lot of stuff we do, it's all about the contrast. So this is a Studio G pen that is, I don't know what they just call it, calligraphy. Then I have, this is a Prismacolor pen with a chisel tip, similar to what this was, but this one's angled. This, I'm just using it as it is. And there's no difference, just use, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great. But there again, if you put it up on its point, you can get a thinner mark. I don't know how the O is supposed to look. So this is a challenge. But if you wanted to do just a straight boxy printing, I think that would be pretty easy to do. I think a lot of it for me is I forget I have these tools that I can use. This is another Studio G with the brush markers. This is a brush marker. But you want something, I think, flexible. Like some of the ones that I was trying earlier, the brush didn't spring back. Once I did the heavier stroke, it kind of stayed bent, if you know what I mean. So light pressure, and I'm just doing an upstroke that didn't get really thin. And then heavier pressure coming down, light pressure up, heavy. And this you can't really, they don't really look any different. So you can see the brush tip is not springing back to its original. Yeah, I can't really get this one to, I mean, really, really super light pressure. I got a little bit of a light line. But this is not, I don't think these are expensive markers. Studio G. This is a Bible journaling marker I picked up somewhere. No idea. Had it for years. Hi, Peggy. Happy New Year. Nice to see you. So coming up real light, pressure coming down. See, it stayed bent. I think you want something that's going to spring back up. Light, light, heavy, light. See, I can't get it to spring back up. So then it's hard to get that different. Peggy, do you do calligraphy? And then this is double-ended. So the other end is got just that thin. And I guess you could do it, do all your upstrokes with this end of the pen and then come back and do this side of your letter. But really, who wants to deal with that? I permanently bent that. I'd have to fuss with it in between to get the brushes, the hairs on that brush to get back to its original shape. Oh, I got them on the wrong ends. And then I had some of these Sargent Art brush markers, brush tip. She's a college gal, calligrapher too. Peggy, do you know what these are? I didn't see if anybody said. I got these with a book I ordered. Fine Detail Sticks by Trebbies. Trebbies? I know, brush lettering. That's the term I should have used. Brush lettering, yeah. So this has the same kind of a look. They call it a brush tip marker. But see, I can't get it to really get thin. The brush is not springing back. I use those detail sticks for touching up small areas. Like, I don't understand what you mean touching up small areas. You mean like if you're painting? No, this brush tip is obviously not flexible. And when you add pressure, it moves a little bit, but then it doesn't spring back. What this is for drawing, or this is for drawing? I thought these were wax, but I guess they're plastic. Now this one is marked Calligraphy Pen by Banford. They are graphite. These are? Hmm. Now I'm more confused. All right, so this is green. This is the chisel. Now, a lot of these markers I bought years ago. So you just put the product on the end of one of these and then go and fix your little whatever you need to touch up. Huh. How about that? I haven't bought anything like this on a clearance rack in a long time, which is good because see that I don't use them. But you're not going to get thick and thin with that. Then what I pulled out a couple of these Arteza. Not graphite. Now this brush is really long. This is very flexible. Let me flip my page. Hey, Kimberly. Good morning. Happy New Year. All right, so if I go up real light and then bring down some pressure, I get the difference that I'm looking for, but see, then I'm not getting a lot of coverage that I probably would like. See, and I think I have to lift my marker. So let's try that again. Let's go up for the H. Pressure doesn't end nicely. I don't have it ending nicely. Good morning, Leah. Happy New Year. Up. I'm wanting to not stop. I think that's probably some of the problem. Yeah, lots of practice. And I think, I'm trying to do faux. I'm not trying to do actual calligraphy because I don't know enough about it. But I have to remember to go up, pressure coming down, up, pressure. Uh, what I really want to do is some of those really squirrely lines, that they do before they do a big, like, letter B or a letter R or something. I'm a freak. And I know it involves a lot of practice. But see, this one kind of went back to its original shape. This is Arteza, real brush pen. I wasn't expecting my husband back. He took the dog to the groomer. But sounds like he's back already. I definitely need lines. And I just can't do the angles and stuff. You know. Let's see. Oh, I have one more. Oh, there's this Marvy. Some of us may have a lot of Marvy markers laying around from years ago. Marvy Le Plume 2. It's got a small end and then this brush end. Oop. This looks a little not as flexible. once I squish it, it's not. Dee Dee makes this look so easy, and it is not. It is not. Let's do, if I go up this way, pressure, pressure. See, there's no difference. Up, pressure. Yeah, this isn't really. I think you're more successful if you have a good brush or a good marker or a brush pen. Now this one, gosh, this was years ago too. Dee Dee and Janet Young were talking about jet pens, so I went, looked around. I bought a set. I think I got 5, and they're all different. Some of them are really cool. This one is, of course, it's marked, in Japanese. So I have no idea. But I like this one. This is the brush tip. But I'm not getting, I think it's me. Light stroke pressure. This one's squeaky. This looks like my 6-year-old grandson did this. All right, so they're the markers I have. None of them are really working for me. This nib, wow, that's really, looks like I never even cleaned that off. Where did I put my, I have some solution here. And I have some napkins and paper toweling. I don't know if I can. Hey, Devin. Oh my gosh, Devin. Devin, you are unbelievable. Listen, girls, I'm telling you, anybody that's here, anybody that rewatches this video, my life, and believe me, it's not going to be a lot. But if you're not watching Devin Rex for art, even if you're not into jelly plating, what this woman can do is mind-boggling. I mean, oh my gosh, Devin, that live yesterday. Oh my gosh. I mean, when you did those bears, I just my mouth was hanging open. I mean, hey Laura, happy New Year. Good morning. Devin, I didn't say happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. I mean, Devin is the bomb. Oh, I don't know. I didn't get in at the very beginning, so I missed the watercolor one. But you know what? I mean, I didn't think when you pulled that, she put, I guess she did watercolor on the jelly plate. I'm assuming because I didn't watch from the beginning. I got in there late. um, and then on her paper that she was going to pull her print with, she put a glossy some kind of glossy medium, a thin layer, and then she put it down to make her pull. And then when she pulled it up, she didn't get the girl's full face. But you got a lot of that face. I mean, there was a lot of that face I thought was there. I know she can color. Yeah, like we were doing color buddy stuff. We haven't done that for a while. I've been distracted with some life stuff. Um, yeah, really, really, really cool stuff. And then she gloss gel medium. Okay, and then she pulled out one of those, calligraphy books that you can buy, where you can cut out images for calligraphy. She transferred that. Oh my gosh, these bears. And then she used some markers and she used pan pastels. You got to go watch it. If you weren't there, you have to go watch it. It's almost like magic. Like it happens like right before your eyes. It's like magic. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, we're not starting off with it uncomplicated, but thank you. I appreciate that. My nephew's struggling, so we're praying heavy for him. But all right, so this is. I don't think this is going to work. Let's just see. Bad. And then you have to reload. See there, you probably can't see. See where it splits and it runs out of ink, and you get that little separation. See, I'm afraid to do that movement. I'm afraid that it will skid, you know. But I have to constantly think thin, thick. See, and there I'm running out of ink. So I guess you have to know how to read your pen or when to stop and to re reload your pen. Now, if you're just joining me, what I said in the beginning was I don't know how to do calligraphy. I'm very bad at angles, so I'm leaning more towards the faux calligraphy, where I'm just kind of um, trying to concentrate on upstrokes are thin lines and downstrokes are heavier, so more pressure. Up, more pressure. Okay, Candy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, something new for the new year. Candy's going to the doctor. Bless her heart. Okay, so then maybe the O. See, I did that in one stroke. I probably shouldn't have done that. And this is really, I'm not angling at all. I'm kind of just doing straight up and down. Now I want this to be thin and then pressure as I'm coming. Ideally, I would like to get to a place where I could write something on a journal page. Mm. Or even be able to just, you know how sometimes they'll go, See, now when I came around the edge, it just spattered. But you watch these people on a reel or a video or YouTube. Look, I got it all over me. I probably just got it all over my shirt. Oh, shooty, shooty, shooty. They get this pen, you get the pen going. It's like, and they don't spatter. All right, let me rinse this out. I want to try some of those other freaky nibs that I have. Just see what they look like. Oh, you do, Kathleen? That's interesting. I almost pulled out my super tips, but I don't remember where I put them. I know that's surprising. I have some pastel ones I could probably get to. But I know Dee Dee, she can get her super tips to do the thin and thick. Now this is an offset handle, and I remember kind of liking that. So let's see what I have in here. See, now I think these are, see this nib, the back is all open. That's what I was just using. This one, it's closed. Maybe it would hold more ink. See, this one's freaky looking to me. And this one's got this a square end. Let's try this one to start. Now I should be able to just pop this in here. All right, Laura. Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to help you with the angle. Let me have a little. All right, so let's dip, 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 dip. Ooh, ooh. Okay. All right, so let's see. See, when I go up like this, it's not making a mark and it's kind of being scratchy. Oh, that's true, Peggy. I've seen that done. That's true. Peggy said there's a cheater way to brush lettering. You draw the main letter and then you add another stroke to the side and then fill it in. Yeah. So, like, say you would go up this way. Well, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, I should bring out my little thing that rests. I can rest that there. All right. So Peggy's saying, let's see, that's really small. I'm still in Christmas mode. Oh, look at this one. It's running out of ink. So she's saying if you do the letter B, then you can come around and add to the B, and then they just color it in. Okay, that is a poor example. You got something put together, Ange? Cool. What else? What other marker do I have here that's, I don't want these chisel ones. See, I didn't pull out any regular markers. Yeah. All right, so say we're doing the letter B. You would just draw your V, and then they come in and they make another mark like that. And then they just color it in. Which, theirs always looks better. I'd have to watch it again and really pay attention. But you could, probably make it fancier. And that looks stupid. But hopefully you get the idea. All right, so let's go. Now, this is a really nice thin nib. I think it would help if I went and had my eye examination, but I had to wait for the new year before I can order my lenses. Oh, that's not working for me. Maybe I'm pressing a little too hard. So I'm not really getting any ink out on that upstroke. See, it looks all jaggedy. I think I have paper stuck in my nib. There's more of you in here now. Does anybody have one of those pens that they're all glass and the nib is glass? And they do lettering and mark making with those. I've always wanted to try one of those. All right, so that one, I'm not having too much success with that. Let's see, where's my paper toweling? You do, Peggy? Is it worth the cost of one to get one and play with it? See, I'm all about playing with it and figuring out. All right, so this is that square one. Let's try. You see that square? Let's try this one. Now be careful if you have this. Oh, look, that's look, that slides. Ooh, I guess so you can clean it. Just be careful. They are sharp, and when you go, you can find cheap ones. You have to be careful not to good tip. Okay. I think that's as far as that one's going to press in. But it's just like a little, if you're not familiar, just a little groove that the nib slides in. Now I can't get it out. Uh-oh, we lost the back of that. See, it's curved, and that just slides down into that little groove that you've got there. And look, that part that was sliding slid all the way off. Well, I don't know if this one's gonna work real well. Oh, we'll give it a go. Let me try one of this. Maybe it'll fit in. Oh, this one's kind of rough. Yeah. That needs to be pinched a little bit, I think. Hey, I can't get that down in there. I might have to let this one go. There's so much to learn, really, if you want to do it properly. Well, that might be enough for us to try to see. I want to see what kind of mark it makes. Very chiseled. This would be just a good mark making one. Like I was looking at that book that just had a little border where you just made, boy, it's really holding this is really holding the ink. I guess that's what that little thing in the back is for. When's the next town festival, Ange? Well, there's a lot of ink in there. Yeah, I should but I tend to be messy. Like, see, this is something I should really do while I'm sitting in my comfy chair and just have my tablet, my book. Oh, look, I pulled that right out of who knew? That came right out of that. Oh, I guess so you can, what? Change the angle. Um, just sit in my chair and practice for a half hour or so every night. That certainly couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt. See what else I have in here. Oh, that one's different. Looks like I've used that before. That one's really little. Oh, this one has a square. This sounds interesting looking. I just bought a set, it came with whatever, because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. Can you see that? It's ridged. This one's ridged. Look at my glue in my nail. I bought new glue. It was terrible. Couldn't get my nails to stick on. Really, Kathleen, that's amazing. That's cool. Now this one's holding a lot of ink too. Let's see. So if I go, uh, still not getting that calligraphy look. Do you have any samples, Kathleen? Oh, really, Leah? I haven't looked at Jane's pens. Hmm. People years ago took pride in their writing. Yeah, true. That's true. Peggy says some people have the gift. My mom also had beautiful handwriting. It might be the way they were taught. My grandkids can't even read cursive. They are not taught anymore. Yeah. We'd switched schools. We'd moved, and our kids had to switch schools. And the one school taught it one grade, and the other school taught it before that. Anyway, our son missed it. He would have been terrible at it anyway, but he missed it. So his cursive is really bad. Really, really bad. That's kind of a cool nib, though. That one. All right, let's see what else. And I have these brushes here. Well, somebody else was saying, I guess it was Debbie Epps. Some of the schools are closing their libraries. So the kids don't have access to real books because they can get everything online. What the heck is that about? I don't know. I mean, I don't care to read, but I think they should be while they're in school and encouraged to read. I love the Jane Davenport Ultimate Pen. Okay, I got to write that down. I got to be checking that out. Hold on, let me see if I can find a normal writing utensil. Yes, you have some things with her handwriting. Cool. What'd you say? What'd you say? Jane Davenport. Jane Davenport Ultimate Pen. We're going to have a look at that. Now, I didn't do anything with these. Now, I've got this Sumi ink. I was thinking about trying some marks with these. I don't think that's going to go real well. But I was going to put it in this ink jar that I got. This is... Oh, it's got a squirt lid. Oh, that looks pretty thick. I guess I can put I know, right? I mean, at a school. At a school. How can a school not have a library? I don't know. Let me try. The little bit that I read said you can use Sumi ink in a calligraphy pen, but it also another person said, I think this one here is shot. I can't find how to put my nib in. There we go. No. The label will give you directions on how to water it down if you need to. But the directions are, the label, it's all in Japanese, so that's the end of it. I guess I'm going to have to put it in here. I just want to see the difference in this ink. Oh, Kathleen has and Jane has refillables too. And Kathleen has the Ultimate Writer somewhere, and they're made for calligraphy. Cool. Okay. So, this isn't going to go down. I can put more in here. I'll never use all this ink, right? Oh, for goodness sake. She's a struggle. She's a struggle. I might have to get out my hold on. Let me get a little, see if I can grab a hold of it this way. Okay, got it. I don't want to bend the nib, but I can't get a hold of it. Hey, Martha. Good morning. Happy New Year. Is it still morning? Yep, we're still morning. Still morning. Okay. Got it. All right. Let's see what the Sumi ink is like. Didn't get it down in there enough. Whoa. Now it's loaded. See, when it's separating, it's not. Let's see if we can. I don't know. I keep going this way. I'm up beyond where my camera is. See how that separates? But there's no ink there. I don't know why you always say that, Ange. That's making a nice thin line. I'm up beyond the camera, I think. I like this nib. The size of the letters makes a difference too, right? Let me see if I can see in my book. Like a sample. Oh, that's a different way to do an H. Look at that H. Now this is giving you the nib numbers, but I'm not sure. I think if I remember from the last time I looked at all this stuff, the arrows are showing you which way to go. But that doesn't make sense to go that way to me. But maybe you do. Up and around and down that way. I think it's alcohol here. Look at me. See what I do? This is what I do with paint. I didn't think about the blobby mess I have on my paper. Oh, look at this all bled. So the Sumi ink is bleeding. Bleeding. Wonder if I have, no, this is cardstock. Let's see if this, now of course there's no lines. Now that H, they went up. Oh, I closed it. They went up, up. See, I forget to stop and re-ink. Yeah, paper matters, yeah. Peggy, you're a lefty too? Oh my gosh. I so wanted to be left-handed. This doesn't look like it's bleeding as much. I think some of it has to do with allowing yourself to be loosen up, like not be all rigid. Now remember to ink your pen. We have a couple left-handed. I think I said before my grandmother was really left-handed, but when she was in school, they didn't like that. And she would get her hand whacked. She had to learn to use her right hand. Yeah, I'm not getting that end. I'm not sure about a brush marker. Oh, really? One of your sons? Cool. We have my nephew, John, who's left-handed, and my niece, Caitlin, is left-handed. And I don't know if my one nephew-in-law is, but I think a couple of his kids, a couple of my niece's kids, it's her brother, John, that's left-handed. My nephew John plays the guitar, and he's left-handed. And he's really a good guitar player. But yeah, my grandmother did both. Yeah. I'm wearing 2 sets of glasses. Okay, that's the dilemma I'm in. I'm out of contact lenses and we have to wait. I don't know if we'll go today. I went and had my eyes examined, not my head. My eyes were examined. And I have the prescriptions. But see, I wear contact lenses and then readers on top of that for when I do this kind of stuff. So without the contact lenses, my readers aren't really working. So I'm wearing I'm wearing my readers, and then these are the strengths of my contacts. Yes, yes, that's me, trendsetter. And it's such a great look. All right. Well, I was going to try I'm going to try these brushes for mark making. I usually have at least 2 pair of glasses on my head. I can't wear glasses and walk. I've tried. I mean, okay, so I haven't tried probably as hard as I could try, but I'm okay with wearing the lenses and then readers for what I need. That works for me. But the bifocals and the progressives and all that jazz. Now I bought these brushes with the hopes of using these brushes with the ink, with the Sumi ink, to make marks. Thank you, Robin McClendon. So I don't know. I guess you're supposed to maybe wet this first. Not stick a dry brush in that ink. But I have no idea what kind of mark this might make. Hmm. Yeah, I don't watch her enough. I gotta watch her some more to see how she. They're not really marks, they're letters. Hope I'm not writing any bad words. Oh, thank you, Devin. That's a great idea. I always forget to say, oh, could somebody grab the link for that? And Robin wears fabulous jewelry, and she's got such a nice voice. She is fun to watch. I don't have any idea about mark making, but hey, you know what? That brush, look how it looked. This is how it looked before I dipped it in the ink. See, all fluffy? Now that it's in the ink, it's got a pretty nice tip on it. Oh, yeah. And then we decided I'm going to have some serious dental work done. Really, Devin? I didn't realize she had a gel printing book. I made a journal inspired by her that I really like, but I haven't done anything in it really. I didn't think he was home with the dog, but I guess the dog's done. I just heard him. She just got back from the groomers. These are probably going to stick together. All right, I'm assuming I can just rinse that out. Now let's see this big honking brush I got. Let's see what this does. And I think that the few times that I have watched Robin, she like makes her papers and stuff ahead of time. Like she'll sit and do all mark making, and then she'll picks out the pages and she layers and does all kinds of stuff. Oh, they canceled? I didn't realize it. I knew you were back, but I didn't realize she was done. How'd she do? Good. Yeah? She sure is a cute little girl. What, honey? Sure is a cute little girl. She's a puppy, right? I said, yep, she'll be a year tomorrow. Say it again? I said, she'll be a year tomorrow. Oh, right. Her birthday. Yeah, she'll be a year tomorrow. We haven't had her a year, but she'll be a year tomorrow. All right, this is a big honking brush here. Let's see. Big honking. It makes nice strokes. Huh. I don't think my brain, see, I'm just not. Jenny, her name's Jenny. I'm just not really, even with doodling, I just don't have a lot of good ideas for different marks. But hey, this holds pretty nice. You know what? It's not marked, Devin. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it is, but it's all Japanese. I'm assuming I got this on Amazon. I can look and then I can let you know. The three little ones I know I got on Amazon. I should put them in my storefront. That's something else I've kind of not done anything with. But hey, I like this. I wonder if I can find real quick. I don't want to leave that in the water. Find my Robin inspired journal. It should be in my drawer here. Just have to move several things out of the way to get into the drawer. This one. This one. Yeah, I think it's this one. I don't want to get any ink on it though. Let's see. Let's just see. I want to grab some more. Here we go. I just want to make sure I don't have anything. Let's go. We're in. So the cover, I just put together something that I liked. This isn't really Robin inspired, but the inside is. I have fabric that's like a carpet, and so, and then gosh, what's her name? Journey sent me that, so I put that on. But then I went through, I made paper, not made paper, I took paper and then I did backgrounds on it to mimic like what Robin does. And I used a lot of stamps. And they're really, the pages are really intense as far as what I have put on them. And I only have a couple of things done in here. Like there I drew an eye. I was trying to use some different stamps that I don't normally use. These are bubbles and I just thought I'd make them look like eyes. You know what, if I should really cap this stuff up and move this stuff over here. I don't know what I do with that lid. There it is. So it's similar to what I did in my Not So Everyday journal when we were together last time. But this is even more intense because I use my stamps. But then Robin comes back through and she makes marks. This page got in upside down. We won't tell anybody that. I know there are a couple, at least one thing I didn't hear. Oh, practicing, I did an eyeball. I don't know if you can see it. But I can come back in and add things, See, here's another page upside down. And I feel like taking it apart. And I can cover that up, I don't think Robin's pages are this busy. This, I did some paint. See, upside down. I was just so excited to get it together. Oh, yeah. So this is another one similar to my Not So Everyday journal, where the pages are ready. If I feel like doing something, I can just pick it up, open it up, and have some fun. I don't have to get anything out, a bunch of jazz out, I can just get, yeah, I guess these guys are all backwards, see. Put a couple of things on this one. But I saw somebody drew a little girl like this, so I copied and made one like her. And then I saw that, so I just put an eyeball there. I do love my eyeballs. Mary did this. She did one of her streams, and my name got picked, and I asked for an ostrich. She did that in 2020, it looks like. So I popped that in here. I don't know that there's anything really else that I did. These are stamps, but Robin does marks like that. So I encourage you to, you might have, extra papers where you can do something like this, and you don't really even need that. You could use a composition book, um, but get out some stuff that you want to use. Now on this one that we just did, I used my jelly plate and largely used either coffee or watercolor. But you don't have to. You could use your brayer if you have a brayer. You could spatter. You could do whatever. Just get something down to take away some of the white starkiness of the background, if that's what you like. Or paint it solid if that's what you like. And then just do every page. And then if you're making your own, put it in some kind of a cover, stitch it together. Or you can do, you could do, say you have a little day timer like this that you're not going to use anymore. You can do the same thing. This one I didn't do the background. This isn't a good example. But sometimes you have little stuff like this laying around, or a little date book, or whatever. They don't have to be big, but they're fun to have, and they're fun to pre-do the pages. You sit down, and if you have a jelly plate, you got all the mess out. You just start flipping your pages. I don't know where my littler ones are. You just start flipping the pages and putting something down. Sometimes I just forget. I'll sit here and say, oh, what do I feel like doing? And I forget I have, some this sitting around waiting to be loved. And you can doodle, you can stamp. I'll put an eye in there. Can you see? Me and my eyes. Feel like drawing an eye? Yeah, open up your journal and draw on. Oh, here's one. Okay. Here's another one. So this is a variety of things. So I've got some art by Marlene. This is Juliet Crane. This is art by Marlene, I believe. And then I had something that I did on my jelly plate and then stamped on it. Another piece of painty paper. And just threw it all together. But it looks kind of cool. But the background was already there. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those papers? Ooh. I love all this stuff. I could do this. I could make 100,000 journals. It could just, never be enough. I just love making them, first of all. And they're just fun to have, So then if somebody sends me something, like I've got some stuff from Christmas, I could pop in here. Or maybe like if you have a piece of painting paper that you really like, or a piece of fabric that you did on your jelly plate or whatever, you can just stick it in. a little journal like this, and then you have it, you know. Yeah, that's the other thing I like about you, Devin. You use your prints. You know, a lot of what. Well, I don't like most of what I print. I've been trying to print on top of them again, to make them a little more agreeable. I got carried away with this cover, but I had so many things I wanted to put on here, and it was getting kind of crowded. And I made myself a little tassel. So that's one of my favorites. So let's see. Let's get this back out. This is my not so everyday, and I want to put some other stuff on this cover. I haven't decided what yet. I had a bluebird, but I thought, I know I have other stuff. So that might look cute on there. And I'm thinking about covering the spine. You think so? Oh, thanks, Devin. So I think I'm just going to get my pen because I want to make sure I mark that I'm starting this in 2025. So I don't want this one. Oh, I have it still in this one. Let's do this one. See if I can do it without making a mess. I probably should. Oh, that's watercolor paper. It feels like it. Hmm. Yeah, see, I think about calligraphy and just like writing, but it's different than just writing. Yeah, see, when I scoot around, I get that spray. Is it because I'm pushing too hard with my pen? Maybe I should put that over there until I am ready. See, as soon as I come around, pen spit, yeah. I mean, when they do demonstrations, they do it. Now, this is bumpy. This is probably cold press paper. Where's that other paper I had here? Martha's leaving. Okay, Martha, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. You have a great day. And hopefully we'll see you soon. No, that didn't spatter too much. Maybe I should just do one. 2025 and be done with it. It's all in the wrist, huh? Or maybe more movement even in your whole arm and not so much pressure. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Thank you. Let's see. I just want to, I'll have to watch a video and they just they just twirl their pen and make these fabulous beginnings of letters. Okay, so I'm trying not to push too hard, so that's a little better. Yeah, more movement and maybe the whole thing. Getting your whole arm into it and not feeling I'm very up I don't feel like I'm an uptight person, but I'm uptight when it comes to this stuff. Like sketching and coloring, I want it to be a certain way and um like I could never sketch like Mary does. And I love her. I mean, you saw that ostrich. He's beautiful. Um but I'm too tight to do that. So I think loosening up is a good plan. That doesn't look too bad. I'll have to watch some more videos and practice. Maybe I'll look into the Jane pen and maybe that's something I could use in my comfy chair. See, because have an open jar of ink at my comfy chair is, especially with a puppy, is not a good idea. She still jumps up and startles you. And I don't want that ink all over. I'll have to look into the Jane pen. All right, so let me just mark right here. I'm just going to do numbers. Just going to say 1, 2025. Oh, bother. In the words of Winnie the Pooh. Drink up the ink, drink up the ink. Oh, yeah. Dee Dee's great. Thanks, Devin. Going to Wicked. So, hey, Cal, good morning. So to faux or not to faux? That is the question. And I think for me, faux is going to be the better option because, like I said at the start, I'm not really good at angles and the preciseness of actual calligraphy. So Devin has put a couple of links in. I have to look and see. I don't know that my chat uploads when my streams upload. I got to check on that. So she's put in a couple of links for us for Robin McClendon and mark making, and then she just popped in one of Dee Dee's about brush pens and doing doing calligraphy type printing, which is something I want to work on this year. So when I have a journal a journal page that I'm working on, if I want to add a word, instead of looking for a word to stick on, I can print a word. I print a word. Now, I got for Christmas a couple of things. And this is one of them. So I was thinking about maybe just doing a little something here. How long have I been here? Almost 2 hours. I've got so many of these. Yeah, I'm sure Dee Dee does too. I'm not seeing anything that. I'm trying to think what I have right here by my desk that I could. Ephemera 1930s. This is kind of cool though. I was looking for something more blue. What a blue. Am I blue? A non-intoxicating cereal beverage. Cirola. Never heard of anything like that. I don't have to do this front page either, but I would like to. I kind of like that. I'll just see if I can do a couple of things here. Oh, look at that. Women's suits. That's kind of cool. I was looking for something more blue. Let's start with this. Everybody's picking out, well, not everybody, a lot of you are picking out words for the year. Oh, sure, Devin. And I was thinking about picking a word, but I don't know if I don't know. I'm just not, I don't stick to it. 1930s ephemera from Amazon. A book by Letitia Ralph. Letitia Ralph Publishing. I can add this to my description box with my affiliate link. I should put this in. Oh, look at him. It's got some cool images. I don't know if that's helpful. There's nothing on the spine. And this one I like because there's nothing on the back, so you're not conflicted to make a choice, which I struggle with that a lot of times, the double-sided. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what else I have just sitting around here. I got this one too. a collage soup. You found it already? Oh, thanks, Devin. She is on. Oh, look at that. She's on the ball. Look at that. Oh. Oh, I like that. Let's pull this out. Oop. I just did. Thanks, Cal. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, these are cool, but then I've got these guys are cool too. The people that make these books, they should know better. They should know better that we're conflicted. All right, so if I let me see, let's just tear. I like that door. Of course, now I'm thinking I want it up there. I can always rewrite my date, so I'm not going to let that. I'm not going to let that influence what I'm doing. I'm just tearing off because I don't know if I'm going to want to use these roosters all together. This is what I was saying the other day. This is the hard part for me, just like chopping off, their heads. What with their heads? Now, some marks over here would be nice, but I might just man, I really like them freaking doors. I have a hard time letting stuff go, especially if I get an idea. Devin, if you're still here, can you do me a favor and put in the link to your live that you did the other night, or last night? Yeah, or yesterday afternoon? Yeah, yesterday at 3, was it? She did some awesome, awesome jelly printing. Let me I'm just going to fuzzy cut this and see how he looks over there. And then I finally found my stickers. I might have some stickers. Yeah, that looks bizarre enough. That's kind of cool. I think I can get his feet in. I don't necessarily need his feet, maybe. I kind of like that jagged edge there. Off with his feet. Dude. Makes fussy cutting easier. Oh, okay, you both got cool. Thanks, girls. That's terrific. I mean, really, I'm sitting here gasping when she pulled that one print with those bears. I mean, they're all awesome, but whew. All right, my sister asking me. I had my sister asking her hairdresser a question, so I got to answer her. Excuse me. All right, so I think I'm going to let you go. I'm going to glue this down, and I probably am going to add some fabric. And I think I'm going to think of some clever word to add, although linen suits is there. So I'm going to trim this out better. And then I'm going to put this here. Okay, I got to go address this thing with my sister. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate you so very much. Just wishing and praying the best of the new year for you as we continue into another year. Oh my goodness. 2025. How about it, huh? Thanks for coming. Check out the links. And gosh, I hope to see you soon somewhere else. As I'm sitting here at my desk working, I really love having you coming in. It was so nice to see so many of you this morning. And just enjoy yourselves, enjoy your art and what you got going on in your family. And I'm going to check out the Jane Davenport pen. Maybe that's something I could sit in my chair in front of the TV, at night, relaxing and get some practice in and try to get better at my printing and writing. I've been wanting to do that for a while. So maybe I'll try to stay a little focused. It's hard for me to focus. So I'm kind of bing, 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 back and forth. But I like to do a lot of different stuff. So, that's okay too. So anyway, thanks for being here. Hope to see you soon. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Until next time, bye-bye.